Welcome back to the Wizard Shop. Today we're going to talk about cars that are less than $2,500 for a college, high school, daily driver. And we're going to tell you why the Buick 3800 is your ticket to success. Let's get started. This video is going to be the next installment in the series that we started just recently. We actually did 3 Porsche Boxsters. We talked about what we found with each one, which one we would buy and which one we definitely would not buy. And we're going to do that again, but it's not going to be 3 of the same models. It's going to be 3 of the same engine. We have done a video also previously on why the engine is so great, but today we're going to actually show you some vehicles that has this engine under $2,500 that's going to be reliable for a daily driver, a college student, or a high school student, first car. It's going to be a big, safe car. If you get into an accident, you're going to have a lot of cushion around you. They're going to ride really good and amazingly really good gas mileage. Normally, I would really recommend someone to buy a Toyota. But in the price range we're talking about, under $2,500, you're not going to find a nice Toyota for that price. Toyotas bring a lot more money because they're that good. So if you're in the market in that price range I just mentioned, this is going to be your ticket. But before we get started any further, I need to make some adjustments to my seat. This thing is... There we go. There, a lot better. So I've already went on Facebook Marketplace and I've chosen 3 cars. One of them we're going to rule out as absolutely don't buy. One of them we're going to say yes, we're going to buy, and one maybe. The first one I found is a 2000 Buick Le Sabre. Very similar to the one you see sitting behind me here, beside me I guess. This one only has 160,000 miles and they're wanting $2,450. That's at the top of our range almost, $2,500. You could probably talk them down a few $100s if you went and looked at the car. This one's in pretty good shape. It has some small flaws, but if you read the description, it has some really great things about the car. And like I've mentioned before, Tyler from Hoovie's Garage, Hoovie, years ago he had his own small dealership, and they sold like hotcakes, and everyone that bought them was happy, happy, happy. So he can tell you from experience selling them. I can tell you from experience from working on them. They're really that good. In this picture here, you can see that the rear bumper has some paint missing under the license plate. You can also see like a red colored swipe or a paint gouge on the bumper. And you can also see the fuel filler door is missing. But if it's just going to be a daily driver or a college student, those things are not going to affect the reliability of the vehicle at all. If you look the vehicle over in the pictures, you can see that it's actually in pretty decent shape other than that. It has good tires, it has a really nice interior, these cars ride really good. And as you look in this description, and I'm going to read it to you from my phone, 3800 Series 2 motor, that's a big check mark, big green check mark. Excellent engine. Ice cold AC, excellent. And like I've mentioned in the previous video and as they state in this ad, 25 to 30 miles per gallon reliably. That's not too far off of a Honda Accord. And much more room, much more comfort, and really much more power. And as this seller states in their ad also, another thing that I've tried to drive home on these engines is easy to maintain, easy to get parts. And lastly, it's a dealer. They do offer warranties usually when you buy from a dealer. Sometimes they're really small, 10% parts, 10% labor. Sometimes it's 50%. You can negotiate that with the dealer, or maybe they offer a really decent warranty for 30 days, usually 30 days. So it gives you some peace of mind that if something goes wrong, it could have some coverage. But really not a whole lot goes wrong on these vehicles. This one here that you see beside me, I've serviced this one several times for the customer. And it's never anything that's $1,000 or $1,500. It's always $200 or $300 here or there, and he's back on the road. This time around, it's in for a blower motor. That is a common issue on these, but luckily it's not horrendous to replace or too expensive. We've actually got it installed, it's back in business, and we're going to actually deliver it to a customer here very soon. So now let's move on to vehicle number 2. Here I found a 1998 Oldsmobile 88. This is a little bit older of a vehicle. And it's not in that great of shape, but the price is really cheap. It has the 3800 or the 3.8, which is a really good engine. It's pretty clean on the inside, and it has only 122,000 miles on it. There are some issues with the car that are cosmetic. And if you're not concerned about cosmetics, but you're concerned about does it run, does it drive, can it get me from point A to point B with working AC, then in this price range you could save quite a bit of money and have a driving, running car. This one they're only asking $1,300, and I bet if you showed up with a grand cash and waved it, they would say sold. And you could drive off with a reliable car with a Buick 3800. Here I'll read to you some of I do have the print off here on this one on the description. It says the driver's side mirror has been glued in place because the adjustment inside of it broke. That's not that big of a deal. And it does say the headliner's down. They've removed the fabric. It's just fuzzies that are up there, kind of fuzzy foam that's still left up there. But is that going to keep the car from driving and getting you to school, getting you to work? No, not at all. This would be a car, if I did buy it, I would take a small scraper and scrape all the foam off because you don't want it blowing around and getting in your eyes while you're driving. It says a really, really key thing for me, as I've mentioned in the past. It says clean, clear title. That is a make or break for me. Hoovie and other people have purchased cars that, well, we'll get you the title here in a few weeks. Well, you know, we haven't got the title yet, or there's issues with the title, and they would still purchase the vehicle. But me, on the other hand, I'm different. I still have the mantra, no title, no deal. I don't care what the story is. I don't care how I'm going to get the title. If you don't show me the title and it's clean and clear in front of me, I will not buy your car. And also in the ad they mentioned something just like we've seen on the previous vehicle. It has the good 3.8 liter reliable, very good engine. And in the pictures as you scroll through, you can see the clear coat is peeling, the paint is faded. But again, for the price, you'll get a good running and driving car, especially for a student in school. That's going to be cheap to keep it going. Who cares what it looks like, really, as long as it doesn't look horrible, and it doesn't look horrible. So on to vehicle number 3. The third vehicle we're going to talk about is a 2002 Pontiac Bonneville. And oh, it does have the 3800 engine in it. There's a lot of red flags with this one. This is actually a newer vehicle than the other two we talked about, and it has 155,000 miles. But this one has been really run through the gamut. It's in really bad shape. The price is only $1,000 bucks, and you say, Car Wizard, it's only $1,000 bucks, and it's got the 3.8. It should be a good car. But there is no car on this planet, if it's been ran through the ringer and totally disregarded on maintenance, that's going to be worth anything. It's not going to be reliable. And here I have the print off on this one. Let me go over some of the things in the ad that are huge red flags for me. New back tires. Why not the front? Well, I mean, we try to keep all the tires in a good condition, and it's because they didn't want to spend the money, which means they probably didn't want to spend the money on anything, on the entire car. Air condition will need to be replaced eventually. If the compressor is dying and sending metal debris all through the system, this isn't going to be $200. It's going to be about $1,200. More than the cost of the car to fix your AC. Another red flag. Small intake leak. These do have a propensity for intake leaks or coolant leaks. It's not that huge of a deal to fix. It's relatively cheap. But as you can see here, this one is leaking. It's going to have to be addressed. So you have to add that to the cost. You've got air conditioning to fix. You've got a coolant leak to fix. Every picture that they show on this, there's no interior pictures. There's no engine pictures. They just kind of walk around the vehicle. There's 3 pictures. Here's the exterior. Here's the car. If you want to buy it, come and get it. And I've mentioned on the previous video we did in this series, when they don't show much, that means they're trying not to show much. They're hiding something. If you look at the tires in the pictures, they're mismatched, just like they said they replaced the rear ones, but not the front ones. That can cause weird wear issues as well. And then we get to the huge red flag, just like I mentioned on the second vehicle. It says, no title yet. No title. What? You can't sell a vehicle without a title. I guess you can. You have to ship it to them. This is a scenario where if you purchase this vehicle, you're going to have obviously all the repair issues. But you text them or call them or whatever, hey, have you got that title? Oh, sorry man, sorry bro, haven't got to that yet. It's very likely that they may have registered this vehicle, they don't have their title back yet from the state, and they see all these problems are mounting up fast, and they're like, I gotta dump this car. I don't have the title yet, but I've gotta dump this car. I can't drive this anymore. It also could be that they've lost the title, or thirdly, they never even received one themselves from who they bought it from. These kind of cars at this level can frequently have payday loans on them. The person sells the car, but they can't give you the title because it has a lien on it. So they don't give you a title. They just say, here's a car. It's not legal, but if you need something to drive, you know, here you go. And that happens more than you'd like to think. So as I just said a minute ago, no title, no deal. So this one is the red X, automatically, no buy. I'm not even going to come look at your car. So that leaves us two vehicles. The second one we talked about was a 1998 Oldsmobile 88. And if you're a real stickler about the car being in perfect condition, this one wouldn't be that one that you would buy. It's got clear coat peeling, the headliner's down, it's got all kinds of cosmetic things about it that are really undesirable. But on the other hand, the AC works, it runs and drives, it's got the GM 3.8 motor. There's a lot of pluses to it. This one would be one that I'd be on the fence if I was in the market for one of these cars. This is one that's going to be a maybe. I might buy it if all I care about is drivability. But if you can't stand to look at the side of it, every day you go out to your car and you're like, goodness, this thing is hideous, it's probably not going to be a car that you want to buy. So that one's on the fence. The first car that we mentioned, the 2000 Buick Le Sabre, is going to be the green check mark. This is going to be the car that I would definitely recommend. It does have a fuel door missing. The fuel cap is there, just the little door's missing. You could probably find a white one on eBay. There's millions of these cars on the road. The bumper has some paint scratches, some paint issues, but that's not going to keep the car from driving. The interior is clean. The engine's in good shape. Ice cold AC. Clear, clean title. Ready to sell right now for $24.50. That's a no-brainer for me. So if I was looking for a car for my daughter or whatever, this would definitely be the one. Absolutely. Since I have one of these in the shop sitting here, I want to show you some of the common issues that you can look for on this car when you go to look at one of these with the 3.8. Now, any of these cars, one thing to keep in mind is rust. These cars last a long time. They can go 200,000 and 300,000 miles, and it can get to the point where the bottom end is rusting out, even though it's still running and driving. So make sure you take a peek underneath the car, that it's not rusted out really bad. Let's take a peek under the hood of this one. This here is a 2002 Buick Le Sabre with a Series 2 3800 and has 129,000 miles on it. If you're looking at one of these engines, no matter which car, a Bonneville, a 88, a Le Sabre, a Park Avenue, whatever, when you open the hood, the first thing you should do is remove the engine cover. It's usually you just take this oil cap off, not the cap, just the cap only, but the entire thing turns off just like a cap. Just like that. Set that aside. This comes right up. There's just a little peg in the back that holds it in the back. Set it aside. Now we can get a nice view of the engine. You could put the cap on if you want to keep it from dirt or anything getting in. As you can see, everything's very easy to get to, easy to access, easy to work on, and parts are cheap. Coolant leaks you're going to see right here, this plastic right here. This is a plastic gasket that has silicone type a bead around it. That can leak coolant down here, or also on this side it can leak coolant in the valley of the engine. I've actually replaced the gaskets on this one a while back, and it's still holding up good, doing great. Another thing that's common on these, which is cheap and easy to fix, but it does fail regularly, is the fuel pressure regulator right here. Without the engine running, just come and remove this little vacuum line. And if there's gas dripping out, or you smell gasoline inside of this little port here, then that means it's failed, or it is failing. There should not be gasoline in this port or in this line or anything. It should be dry as a bone in there. One nice thing too is the ignition coils are all right here. If you have a coil go out, it's not hard. You don't have to take a whole bunch apart. You just take one little 5.5 millimeter bolt loose, take the coil off and replace it. The belt's easy to get to. I want to show another common issue. Right here is a metal pipe, an elbow. This one's been upgraded. There's also a second one behind this bracket. But those frequently fail from the factory. They're made out of plastic, the same kind of black plastic that's right here on this intake. They get brittle, they crack, they break, and you'll have coolant pouring right in through here. The fix for that is you have to remove the alternator bracket, and they make these upgraded metal ones that last and last and last. They just keep going. This one I've also done the upgrade on. There's been zero issues ever since. One nice thing about these, if the water pump does fail, which isn't really that common, it's right there. You take the belt off, take the pulley bolts off. It's a walk in the park compared to other water pumps I've done. It's absolute cake. It's not tied to timing chains or timing belts. It's just right there in the middle, easy to get to. Under this little flap is your radiator. Very easy to get to. You undo the hoses and lines, you undo these two bolts, and these metal plates come off. Take these metal brackets off, and it just slides right out. I definitely wanted to show you guys a few cars that have the GM 3800. They're really good cars, and if you're in the market for that price range we talked about, this is going to be your ticket to success. As I just showed you as we went around the engine bay, if you're somewhat mechanically inclined and you want to buy one of these cars for your kids or even for yourself, you yourself can keep this thing on the road and going. Get the parts yourself, put them on yourself, and it can be extremely cheap to maintain and keep this thing on the road. These can be looked at as grandma cars, but if I was in that price range and that's what I could afford, I really wouldn't care. It's reliable, it gets the gas mileage of a Honda Accord, and 200,000 or 300,000 miles is no problem for this engine. I've serviced a few that have over 400,000 miles. If you're buying a car for a kid, remember, sports cars means insurance goes through the roof. These cars are cheap to insure, cheap to maintain, cheap to buy, and really good on gas. You just really almost can't go wrong with the GM 3800 engines. I'm glad you guys could follow along. We're going to try this series once a month. We're going to do a video like this. If you're curious what kind of tools we use to work in the shop, or the tools that I use, check my Amazon affiliates link below in the description below. There's also merchandise for sale there. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button already, I really recommend you do that because there's a lot of really cool videos to come. Thanks for watching.